Hey, hello everybody. Hello, hello. How are you today? I'm sorry, I'm just getting in here a couple minutes late. So thank you so much for waiting and being patient and all that good stuff. Hello, Michelle. I see you. So you are live here with Kelly Weiler. This is my Fresh Paint series, and this is just something that I've been doing for. I'm doing like a 30-day run marathon right now. So we are on our last week, you guys. We're on our last week. So I'm, just still thinking of stuff to do, and I'm getting a ton done. Hey, hello, Erin. Good to see you. But anyway, this is what I'm going to work on today. And I think this is actually going to be a piece that is going to be in my bedroom. I'm hoping. So, and I think I want to do some yellow colors. So before I start off, I want to clean it really good. I was hoping to be in here to pre-clean it. But as y'all see, I was running late. So went for a nice walk with my husband. So it was for a good cause. But I'm just barely sliding in here. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe it down really good. This looks to me like it has black paint already on applied to it. So I should be okay just to go ahead and paint it without any sealer or primer, I mean. Now, if this was like something that I wasn't sure about, I would go ahead and use the Salvation solution on it. So if you have a piece that is old like this is pretty old, and you, especially if it hasn't been painted and it has like dark stain on it, or it's a dark wood and you're afraid of the tannins and different things like that seeping through, then you would want to definitely use the Salvation solution. But I don't think I'm going to need it. So I think I'll be okay just to paint it as is. This is just a cute little bedside table. I have two of these, by the way, so I will be painting another one. This one will probably be going into my bedroom. I don't know if I'm going to use both of them or if I'm just going to use the one. So we'll just start with this one for now. Anyway, so I'm just using a solution made with Dawn. You can use Dawn with a little bit of vinegar. That would work fine. I also use Simple Green quite a bit too when I do my cleaning. So any of those products would be good. You just want to make sure you get the dust off. You make sure that you get any of the grease removed before you start. Hello, Marcia. I did not think many people would be in here today because it's so pretty out. So I imagine many of you are going to be outside doing your barbecues and enjoying the day. I hope so anyway. Okay. So I'm not sure. I'm going to start with Queen Bee. And let's put a layer of Queen Bee on here. Queen Bee is just a beautiful golden mustard kind of a color. And then I think I'm going to do some blending with some other tones in here as well. Let's go ahead, put this out on my plate. This is DIY paint, of course. You guys know I use that quite a bit, and I love it. So it is an all-natural product. It's clay-based. Just trying to decide what brush I want to use. Here it is. I want to use this. It's a Paint Pixie. It is just a it's not the natural, it's the synthetic bristle. So that's the one I want to use today. I'm going to go ahead and paint the top. I may go ahead and do this two-toned. I may do a faux finish of wood on the top here. I haven't decided, so I'm just going to go ahead and put the yellow on just to see if I like it. It's going to take me a couple layers, I think. debating about whether I should use the Salvation Solution because it's dark underneath. I don't know if you can see, it's not covering as well as if it was white, so I may have to reconsider. We'll see. I'm gonna keep going. Ooh, it's pretty though. Such a pretty color. It's gonna brighten it right up. I know you guys can't see it yet, can you? All right. Let me turn this so you can see. I'm going to start with the side. What's everybody getting into? We are having a barbecue today. Today is my mother-in-law's birthday, so happy birthday, Sandy. If you are out there, she's probably not. I don't think she normally watches, but just in case, I want to give her a shout out. Birthday. So you can see how it's not really covering the way I want it to. I might have to do 2 coats. I'm just going to continue. It does dry very quick. And I do have this because it was in my bottle. I have it thinned down a little bit too. So if you're painting over top of a black color like this, you want to make sure you keep it in its thick state, right? You don't want to thin it down. Let me see if I have another can to open. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Circled up in the house. How are you doing, girl? I haven't talked to you in a while. Let's see. Hello, hello, Marcia and Vicky. Hello, hello. Okay, let me go check and make sure. Always walk away from you. Oh, here we go. Nice. Let me do this full. This has not been diluted. This is full strength. So let's see if this does a little better coverage. It should. Should do a little bit better. Oh yeah. Look at the difference. I don't know if you guys can see. You see the difference? See, this is full strength versus I had water and I had it diluted in my bottles. I do that sometimes because with my art, when I'm using the bottles and stuff, sometimes I dilute it down just to kind of make it a little more liquefied. So yeah, I think we will be good with the full strength. Yellow is typically one of the hardest colors as far as coverage, but I do have to say that the DIY paint does a very good job of covering if you use it full strength, right? So nice out there today, gang. Do have a Paint Pixie brush. I think I'm going to grab it and get around these little, I do like the Paint Pixie brush for my legs. I'm not too worried about, my brush strokes right now because I'm going to be adding some other colors and blending and things like that. What do you think? You like yellow? Hello, Jojo. Glad to see you. Circled up. She likes that piece. I need to pop over and see your page. I haven't caught your lives in a while. Pop over there. It's hard keeping track of everybody, you know? All right. I'm going to try to maneuver this. Move it a little bit. It is a cute piece. Typically on these little pieces, I like to paint the insides of the drawers like a bright color, like if I'm doing it for a customer. So I don't know if I'm going to do it for myself or not, but I think it's fun for customers to do that just so they have a little extra little fun pop of color. And they don't, even if it's bright, you know, they don't have to worry about that it not necessarily matches, it's matchy-matchy or anything, because it's going to be, you know, your drawers are going to be closed, but it's kind of fun. Give them a little bit of happy surprise. Vicky loves the yellow. Marcia says my bedroom stands are queen bee too. Great minds think alike, Marcia. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep the hardware on it. Paint right over it. I'm keeping the drawers in because I'm going to probably add some other colors to it. So when you're blending other colors in, you typically want to leave your drawers inside the cabinet just so that you can get a consistent blend so that it kind of matches, right? So is everybody, like, are you all in any of these larger towns, or are you all in your, you know, smaller towns or what? Because I know there's a lot going on out there. If you've been watching the news, and I would just like to say, you know, on a positive note, our little town, they had a protest demonstration yesterday, you guys, and it was very peaceful. And I'm so proud of our community in our town to, you know, to do a peaceful protest and, you know, be there to support their cause, but yet in a very peaceful manner. As far as I know, no businesses were harmed. So yeah, it was a success. So made me proud, made me small town proud. How about you? Mary, she says she is in North Dallas. How is your area doing? Michelle says, I just used Liquid Sunshine DIY paint in our cabana by the pool, and it looks like a sunroom, bringing Mexico to us. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. So actually, Michelle, Liquid Sunshine is going to be a color that I'm going to be maybe blending into this just to give it an extra pop. So I don't know if I'll like it. I haven't used those two colors together, but I just thought I would try. I think it'll be kind of fun. So how's everything in Dallas, North Dallas? I hope you're all safe, and, you know, I just feel like we have, I'm going to try this big brush on the legs, see if it covers. Oh, that covers fine. But I think that we have enough going on in our, you know, in our society right now. It just made me sad to see that everything going haywire. So it's so nice to see when things can be done, you know, in a good way, positive way. I don't know. I might just keep the top yellow. I know I often do wood on the top, but you know, I might just paint it. I might. I have a table at home and I need to bring it in. So years ago, before I had my studio here, my studio was at my house. And I'm actually going to do another studio at my house so that I can, when I'm not here and I have a few extra hours in my day, I can work on the artwork and stuff like that. So that'll be kind of fun. But anyway, I had a round table and it was on wheels and it was great for pieces like this. So this is just a great little tip if you can find a nice table with wheels. It's great. You know, you can kind of use it and just turn it rather than having to turn your piece. Makes it a little bit easier. Hello, Joan. Marie says, my husband works in Philly. We live 40 minutes away. He had to go in last night to defend the DoubleTree Hotel. He's manager, chief engineer. It was horrible, and I feel really shaky today because of it. Country life, you can't beat it. That's all I can say. Marie, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. And you know, I hope he continues to be safe in that situation. It's just heartbreaking, isn't it, you guys, to see what is going on. Okay, Michelle says, I have fire starter on one wall, kissing booth on one, red, old 57. It's so much fun. It sounds fun. Michelle, I want to come over. For a, I don't know, a pina colada, a margarita, right? All right. The yellows are pretty happy colors, aren't they? I have to say. It is quiet in the building today. All the businesses are closed on Sundays over here. And I'm just kind of throwing it on there, aren't I? It's kind of what I do. Kind of what I do in real life. One of these days, ladies, I will give you a little tour of the studio. I'm in the middle of trying to get it pulled back together because I am getting shoppers back in. Oops, I missed an area. Need to get it pulled together. All right. Thank you for sprinkling the love. Christine, you are my favorite today. Daiquiris, I'll do a daiquiri. Ooh, she'll do all of it. It sounds like she has a full bar. We're all invited. We're meeting at Michelle's tonight at 5 p.m. Get your mixer ready, Michelle. I'm teasing you. Just teasing. Watch her have all these people show up. Like, well, Kelly said. Oh, that's right. We're not allowed to do that right now, are we? Hey, I will tell you guys, listen to this. We did go out last night. We have one of our local, it's like a restaurant / bar, but it has like a big outdoor seating and a stage and all that. And we sat there and listened to music all night. A friend of my daughter's was playing. Would be her boyfriend's. Her friend's boyfriend was playing. But we had such a good time. They were so good, and it was kind of nice just to like see. And everybody, they had it, all separated, so the social distancing thing was still a factor. And but it was really, I was kind of like, going into it with, if it's not a cool situation, we will be leaving. But it was very, very good. Everybody was very respectful, and yeah, everybody just kind of kept to their own table, and yeah, it was really cool. So Vicky's bringing ice. What else could we bring? I'll bring some, I've got this dip I make, Michelle. I got this awesome dip. It's super easy. And I'll bring that with some chips, some tortilla chips. Michelle says, Mitch would love it. He sure would make all of the drinks. Well, I know I haven't met Mitch yet, but I love him already. Oh, thanks. Marie says, on a happy note, I received my order yesterday from you. I am so glad you received it. I have not had any trouble in the States with any of my orders, but my shipments outside of the States, I have one right now that I've been having a huge amount of trouble with. And it's like I'm fighting to get this girl her money back, and I'm not going to give up. So where does everybody live? Sue wants to know. So I'm in Ohio. Everybody else, you guys chime in. Mitch makes guacamole and salsa. Love it. You guys are making me hungry, and sangria. Okay, I'm just kind of waiting on this to dry right now before I move any further. I think I got to do another coat, though, to be quite honest, you guys. But I'm loving it just with the queen bee. So, yeah, so my recommendation for you at home, if you're doing something exactly like this over top of the black, you might go ahead and put the Salvation Solution primer on it first, just to see if you get, like, you know, yellow is the hardest to give coverage. So if you're covering over top of a light color, like a white, it's going to go a little bit further. Maria's in South Jersey. Sue, she's on an RV trip right now near Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That's not too awfully far from me. Marcia is in Ohio. Marcia is actually a friend of mine, and we go picking together. Michelle is asking, what is Salvation Solution? So Salvation Solution is a wonderful primer that you can use. Okay, I'm gonna go grab it real quick. Ooh, I'm gonna grab it so you can see what it looks like. Well, the label anyway. I actually absolutely adore the labeling on this because if you want to see that? That's actually what my sign looks like, similar to this on my front. It's like a chair with wings, so I love that so much. But anyway, Redemption for Rebel Furniture, Primer and Stain Killer. So if you have anything, you know, here it says, allow paint to dry completely. Let's see, wait a minute. Allow to dry. You allow it to dry overnight, buff to a beautiful sheen. Water, chalk, alcohol, ester, cellulite. I mean, it's pretty, there's not a ton in it. It still looks like it's pretty non-toxic. All of Debbie's products are non-toxic, so good that you showed that. No one is showing it, and it should be shown. I know, right? It's so just the labeling alone is just adorable. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So this is the only one I have left. I have more on the way. It should have been here this week, so I imagine it's probably on the way. I know the shipments are maybe a little bit slower than normal from the company. And that's just because of the situation that's going on. But I expect it to hit any moment, okay? And I have plenty ordered. So this, I do have this one. That's why I didn't want to open one up, because this is my last one. So that's why I actually couldn't use it on mine. Jerry Ann, my phone went dead. She's back now. So glad you're back. Michelle dropped the link to that. Like I said, that is my last one. It's my last one. It sold really quick when I had it in, so I think people are liking it. Have any of you tried it yet? I know some of you have ordered it from me. Did you try it? And let me know how you liked it. What a cute little table, though. So I'll have to show you guys a picture of my bedroom. I've got it almost done. The walls have almost this like blue purpley color on the walls. I've got this really pretty kind of colorful Moroccan-esque kind of rug. It's really coming together. So this is kind of like one of the last things that I need to do is get some little side tables. So I may actually use both of these in my room. Okay. This is why I need a studio at home too, so that I can have a place to work on my little home projects. Okay, I think that's good up there. I'm going to go ahead and add another coat. Oh yeah. Little tip for when you're doing a second coat, you want to put it on there and move on to the next section. If you overwork your paint, you're going to turn around and pull off your first layer, okay? Because the DIY paint, that's how it operates, okay? See how that covers? It's really, 2 coats is really a solid cover here. So anyway, you guys, don't dilly-dally. You know what might look good too is pulling back a little bit of this on the edges, so a little bit of that black showing could be a good thing, right? Could very well be. Grab my little brush for this. Get in these crevices. So the schedule, you guys, for this week, for my lives, I will be going live at 2 o'clock. Okay, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday will be at 2 o'clock. And I'm sorry, I keep flopping around. My studio is open on certain days, so I can't go live when I'm open. So from Wednesday through Saturday, you can catch me at 6 p.m. Okay, that's Eastern time. All right. I'm just going to go back behind and paint this. I think that'll be easier than moving it. It's a little bit wet back here. And then I'll let you guys see it before I finish. I can't see your questions, so if somebody watching could answer any of the questions that are coming up, it'll just be a second. And I'm also taking any requests from any of you. If there's anything you would like to see, is there a color that you have not maybe seen on something yet? Just let me know. And we can make that happen. It looks like I'm hiding, huh? Color's pretty. So give me some ideas. Would you like to see some more artwork, or more furniture painting, or both, or art on the furniture? That's always a good one. Definitely need to bring that table in that swivels. Way easier. What are the most popular looks or colors trending right now? I think it depends on the demographics of where you live. You know, farmhouse is always still popular. I mean, always, always. So I saw a lot of like Farm Fresh, the color Farm Fresh, which if you missed it, I did one of these little tables and I did a blend using Farm Fresh, but yet I updated the look a little bit. What else? I mean, I sell a lot of things with, you know, the IOD stuff on it. Does really well. For those of you that are watching, what sells best for you? Like, what colors do you find more popular? Those of you that have studios and things like that. Let's see if she is still. I was going to see if Circled Up was still here. She has a little shop. She might be able to have some good info. Amy has a place. Amy, what colors are more popular for you? Are you doing more farmhouse, or are you? Sue says she's sick of white and gray. What is Farm Fresh? Oh my goodness. Farm Fresh is just so pretty. This is Farm Fresh. And I know it looks terrible in this jar, doesn't it? But it's a beautiful kind of like this nest egg, kind of a bluish. Amy is saying French country colors sell quickly in my area. So that would be tan, beige, gray, white. Yeah, those are always, I think those are always staple. You know, I get people in all the time wanting custom orders, and I really don't paint whites and grays anymore, just because that's all I would do. So I turn a lot of people away, but there are still a ton of people that want that. So Vicki says she finds shades of blues do well here, but you're right, it depends on your location. Yes. So Debbie Beard, who owns the DIY paint line, she lives in Solano Beach area. So they sell a lot of like the blues and the corals and mermaid tail, turquoise, and you know, things like that. But honestly, I sell a ton of all of the colors. I would say Farm Fresh is a really big seller for me. And the whites always do well. I always sell a ton of white swan. always does well. Vintage linen always does well. Beadboard does well. All of my whites do well. And they do have beautiful whites in the DIY line here. So if you've not used it, give it a try. And they do sell well. But I do. I sell my colors. I sell a lot of colors. I have quite a few people that are using it for artwork too. So I sell a lot of the 8-ounce sizes, and I'm trying to carry more of those smaller 8-ounce sizes as well, so that the artists that are out there, so that there's enough for you to choose from, rather than just all the big quarts. I do have pints. When you get the pint sizes, you can always get like your neutrals in the pint sizes, even if you are an artist, because you'll go through white. Like, you can mix colors using your white. I just switched over my brush, by the way, because I got some nooks and crannies that I need to get in. So this is my nooks and crannies go-to brush, my little French tip here. Okay, it's my go-to. But I sell a lot of colors. I think that I've just kind of created a following that is crazy about color as much as I am. And so they do. And it's so fun to watch a person that typically only gets like the whites and the grays, and they decide to venture out, and they light up. They love it. It's just nice to see that. See the light bulb go on for people. I love that. I love to encourage and see people go out of their comfort zone, right? So tell me, you personally that are watching, what do you like to paint with the most? I mean, if you look at your house, what do you have the most of? What have I painted in red? I have painted chairs in red, and what else? When I first opened, I did a really, really pretty table set, and I did each chair different. So I think the table was like mermaid tail, and then I did all 4 chairs like a bright color, pop of color, and oh my gosh, it was so cute. So cute. I haven't done that in a while. I don't paint a lot of like dining room tables anymore. I mean, I guess I should. I have one in here I need to get done, but my studio space, I know it feels like it's big, but it's really not. It's high up, but like I don't have a ton of storage. I have no storage here. So when you put like the big chairs and all the chairs and the big table, it takes up a ton of space. So I normally only like to carry like one set at a time whenever I do have them in house, just because they take up a lot of room. And then you can stack stuff on top of it, of course, and then it tends to get scraped and scratched like the more if I pile stuff up on it. And so I just don't like to do that. Michelle says, white just steals my soul. Girl, don't use white. We don't want that to happen. Hi, Debbie. I'm glad you caught me live. Yes, girl, I got my hair done yesterday. Amy says, yes, your area does make a difference. And if I was willing to ship, I could do any color. But if I want to sell local, I have to stick to French country or farmhouse. I live in equestrian town. Yeah. But man, think about the equestrian. I mean, well, are they not? Where did you say you were again, Amy? I forget where you said you lived. Because, okay, do you guys remember the armoire that I made that had the iCat design on it? I knew when I painted that's going to sit there maybe for a minute because that's not for everybody. But you know it when they walk in. You know it. You know the person. You can hear it when they walk in and they gasp when they look at it because it reaches their soul and just it tugs on it. So it's kind of fun when that happens. I actually have a vanity that is kind of like it's really cool, but I knew when I did it because I did intuitive art on it. And it's purples and it has these big abstract sunflowers on it. And it's a little, it's a little crazy, but crazy good, and, there's people that just like kind of probably look at me like, okay, all right, what do we have here? But then there's people that come in and then, they love it. So I live near farms and the farmhouse sells. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's always going to be the case. I think it's going to be around for a while. Christine says, I would love to see a piece with little black dress and pennies from heaven. Okay, Christine, I will write that down because I'm taking requests for what you want to see. All right. Get the second coat on and then we'll get to do a little bit of blending. I think I'm going to blend a little bit of Liquid Sunshine into this. Wasn't really thinking I was going to need 2 coats on the Queen Bee, but because of that black that I was going over, I did need 2 coats. So it's kind of taking me a little longer. And then I'm talking a lot, so. Which I don't know. Some people get upset about that, but I find it rude if I don't talk. And I'm on a live, I feel like I'm being rude. I'm kind of old school. I had the parents that like when somebody enters the room, you better speak or you're going to get in big trouble, young lady, when we get home. So it's kind of like that whole mentality. I was just raised that way. So during the live feed, it really is like people are, you're taking time out of your day to speak live and have a conversation live. So that is kind of what the live feeds are about. So I always tell people, if you don't like all that chatter, you can just fast forward and get right to the meat of it and kind of learn like the colors, and then you can skip and watch the layering and skip to any of the waxing or whatever else was done. Let's skip to the meat. All right, so I'm probably going to have to hit this really quick with a dryer. Or just turn the sound off, right? You would be surprised, Michelle. Michelle, you're not on YouTube yet, are you? Sometimes I get upset. And then there's some that are just amazing. So, comes with the territory. was going to look like. I don't even know if I'm going to like this or not, but let's just kind of like, let's just look and see. So this is Liquid Sunshine. So you can see how much brighter it is. So let's just see. I have a little thing of water here. So I'm going to dip a little bit into my water and then just kind of like see what it looks like mixed in here. Can you even see it? I wanted it kind of subtle, but I don't know. I'm just kind of blending it out. You know, it's just paint, you guys, so don't overthink stuff. If you don't like it, you can redo it, right? Do you guys like it or no? I can't decide. I think I need to work on it a little bit more. I don't know, it's not too bad. I'm almost liking the bright Liquid Sunshine. No, I am not. I need to. Yes, you need to get on YouTube. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Jerry Ann. You like it? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep going. I really like the pop of the bright. Oh, I just lost a little tiny. Ooh, a little something just went into my paint. Little brush, my little. There we go. Like I said, I haven't done these colors together before, so we're kind of learning together, right? Nothing move. This is what happens when you leave your brush in water, you guys. Don't do that. Breaks your bristles down. I have a little bit of water here that I'm dipping into too, so you can use a spray bottle if you'd like. It's just kind of up to you. Whatever works for you. Love, love, love. The bright Liquid Sunshine is pretty, says Jerry Ann. That's adorable, that little piece. It is. I love it. Yeah, I like the bright. So I'm going to just dip in and keep working on this. And when I'm doing this, you guys, I'm barely even touching. I'm not like, you don't want to like pull everything off. Okay. Wait, it's really amazing. I know you guys can't really tell where you're at, but it really makes the queen bee look like a whole different color than what I started with. What other blends are your favorite? I am a blue and green girl normally. So I like to blend a lot of my greens and blues, and a lot of times I like to blend my blues in with the Kissing Booth, and it turns into a beautiful purpley shade, like hints of it. I really like that. So this is hair. This is just a whole different thing for me, the yellows. You guys do not leave your brush in water. It's like really broke my brush down. It's bad. Now I'm going to have a gash there. Can you see it? I'm going to have to repaint that. Okay. Kind of like do as I say, not as I do. Right? Yeah. Okay, let's turn it and do one of these sides so you can see it on a bigger impact. I like the liquid sunshine, so I'm gonna have to, like, the jury's still out. I'm gonna have to like let it dry, and then I like to kind of look at it after it's dry. Oops. And then I kind of make a decision. Okay, I'm dipping into my water, into my paint. But I really like the bright, which I'm surprised. I don't know. So who knows? By the next time you see it, I could have all these other things added to it. Is it possible to move the camera a little closer? Sure is. How's that? Yeah, it's really making, if you're here in person, it almost makes the queen bee, it almost makes it look like it's like orange, like an orange tone, which is crazy. Go ahead and get this all blended out. A bit of water, like I said, you can spray if you want. You can also go back into your queen bee if you want. You're welcome, Debbie. And blend that back in and just kind of play around until you kind of get that dreamy kind of look that you're going for, It's very subtle, but yet, I mean, I don't know. There's just something about that bright I like. I'm thinking about doing my front door yellow too, which is weird because I don't, like I said, I don't usually do a lot of yellows. So my house is like this sage green kind of a color. So, and sunflowers are my favorite flower. So I'm thinking like just a really beautiful bright sunflower yellow against it. Look, I missed a leg back there. See the back of that leg? The bright is a feel good. It is. Are you using much water? I'm not, but you could. So I could totally, like, where's my bottle? Bottle. And you want to kind of sit and just let it soak in for just a few seconds, and then you can kind of start blending from there. Okay. Just be careful. You don't want to blend all the way through. Let's see. This does any better. No. I really like the synthetic bristles for blending just because it gives you a smoother finish, but I've got my paint starting to dry, so it's going to give it a little bit of a rough look. But I think that's pretty good. It's kind of subtle. So yeah. So that's kind of what we're ending up with. We're just about at an hour. So I'm actually going to let this dry and then kind of look at it tomorrow when I come in and with some fresh eyes and see what I want to do. See if I want to keep it. I'm either going to keep it this way or I'm going to completely cover it in liquid sunshine. I haven't decided. So just play around with it though, you know. You just have to kind of like play and see what you like and what speaks to you. And I may walk in tomorrow and be like, yeah, yep, I like it. I love it. So sometimes you just have to like sleep on it for a minute. Okay. YouTube, Jeff says, Kelly, I never liked red, but I painted my front door brick red. I have a taupe house with a darker taupe trim, and I love the result. Yes, that would pop. That would pop right against a taupe. Vicky says a yellow or coral door would be gorgeous. Yep, but my neighbor has a really bright coral door, and I don't want to, you know, and it looks beautiful too, but I don't want to do that because, you know, we have this, you know, same color house and everything. So I don't want to copy. I have had it like this eggplant purple, which I love purples and greens together. When I first moved in, that's what I had my front door. It was beautiful. And now it's turquoise, which is kind of monochromatic, right? Monochromatic means that my siding is green and my door is turquoise, which is a blue-green tone. So it's kind of like, you know, the same tone. So I'm going to go a whole different, we're going to go complementary colors, right? Thanks, Debbie. She loves it a lot. Oh, yes, Debbie, I did. Like yesterday, I was saying I got my hair did. My sister does hair. Well, okay, gang, that's all there is for today. And so make sure if you like just kind of watching, you know, different demos and paint colors, and if you want to be have somebody that's been in the business and asking questions, you want things answered, this is a place to be. So make sure if you're over on YouTube that you subscribed and you hit the little notification bell. If you're on Facebook and you have not subscribed yet, you need to go do that. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock for another little project. All right. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your day.